Reversal of the reversal. That's what happened this morning in the Winnebago County Courthouse as William Jones, the alleged killer of Pinnon's employee Peggy Anderson in 2023, withdraws his motion to change his plea. Jones had pled guilty to the murder last week, but decided to file a motion last week to retract his guilty plea. After a court appearance Friday, Jones's attorney asked for more time to prepare an argument. Jones is pleading guilty again after the motion retraction. He will appear in court on July 31st for his sentencing.